It is Wednesday. It's about 11:46 my time. That's so Eastern time. I wanted to share something because the verse today is, I have been crucified with Christ. That is, in him I have shared his crucifixion. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith, by adhering to, relying on, and completely trusting in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself up for me. So basically, it is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. I think that this is going to be my theme verse for this time, this sabbatical time for me. But also, I think it's a great message, almost a mantra for a lot of us. I mean, we're here in this period of time where we're kind of stuck inside or stuck to our property lines if you have a house, or whatever, but whatever is yours and wherever you're living, how's this here for you? So I lost my train of thought. So I've been thinking about this verse. It's a good verse. I think it's important for us to know that Christ's death upon the cross was what set us free. So it's not us when we accept him into our hearts. It's not us who lives, but he who lives. Right? So, and let's read it again. It is no longer I who live, but Christ that lives in me. Once he was crucified, and that traditional human flesh, human body was, removed. When he resurrected, that body was now fully divine and ready to ascend into heaven. As he goes into heaven, our task is not just to accept him in our hearts, but to share and make disciples so that others will accept him into their hearts. Therefore, it is not I who live, but Christ that lives in me. We become his hands, we become his feet, we become his heart, we become him on earth. So for some people, we may be the only little Christ they ever meet. And if you are not representing Jesus the way Jesus represented himself, we have a problem. Houston, we've got a problem. In this time of separation, there's this meme, and a priest friend of mine shared it for the church where I think he's the assistant. But it's the meme where it has the world, and it has Satan on one side, it has, God on the other, and Satan's looking at the world and says, well, God, I've got your churches shut down. God looks at him and says, no, I've just opened one up in every single home. I'm going to let that just marinate with y'all. The churches have not been shut down. God's opened them in each of our homes. It is not I who live. It is Christ who lives within me. Any one of us that has any type of social media, you have Facebook. So if you have Facebook, if you have YouTube, if you've got Instagram, it doesn't matter. You've got an email. You've got access to other folks via the interwebs. You have the ability to share the word of the Lord. You have the ability to share Christ. You have the ability to be Christ to somebody. You have the ability to share God's love, the message of God's kingdom. I think in this time, that is what is going to advance the church. This will end someday. What we're doing right now will lessen, but normal has changed forever, right? They're saying that it could be until 2021, 2022 before we can stop social distancing. And I don't know about you, but I I'm just wanting to hug some folks. Like this shoulder hug. Um, so while we can't do that, how do we do it right now? And all we have is the way I'm talking to you right now. We have video, we have text messages, emails. Thank God for Facebook. Thank God for YouTube and places like that, because it's an easy way to get the message of Christ out. It's an easy way to share the Christian experience, the relationship that is possible with God. So when we say, it is not I who lives, but Christ who lives within me, we need to take that seriously. And when you interact with folks virtually or in person, or, however you interact with them, phone, text, anything like this, who do you want them to see first? Do you want them to see you? Or do you want them to see the Christ within you? I think that's a very important question to ask. Who do you want others to see first? So this is going to be short. And now I have to figure out how to put these two videos together because I had to stop. But be safe, be healthy. Again, I'm telling you, something's changing. I can feel it. I don't know. My my side that always thinks of conspiracy theories, or there's something's happening. I'm always like, oh, I think it's left behind. That's going to happen. All of a sudden, something's going to happen. And I don't know. We don't know. What I can say is this is the time to get and share Christ with others. If you love as Christ loved, you don't want somebody to die without experiencing his love. Because really, he has the ultimate love. Regardless what our experience is with others, we may never have known what true love is like. When you encounter Christ, you do. People want us to stop talking about him. Why do you always talk about Jesus? Why do you always talk about your faith? Okay. When you first started dating your boyfriend, did you always talk about him? Yes, because how did you feel? Okay. That first experience with Christ, multiply an experience with you've met the love of your life times 1,000,000. Because Jesus isn't just the love of our lives. He's the love of our eternity. So I'm just going to say it again and ask the question. When you encounter folks, who do you want them to see first? You or the Christ that lives within you? We're one family. We're one koinonia. We practice koinos. And I wish we were outdoors, but I'm thankful for all that we have, all that I have. I hope you all are having a wonderful Wednesday. Head on over to Calvary Episcopal Church, Indian Rocks Beach on Facebook. Every Wednesday at noon, we do have noon prayer with a homilette, a short sermon that Father John does. And tomorrow I'll be leading morning prayer, probably around 9:30. Subscribe, like, comment, show me you're here. Let's build that community. Y'all have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will talk with y'all later. Peace out.